I'm leaving.
I haven't heard her say that in a long time.
I know.
Yeah, and your little dog too, huh?
Be careful, Corky. Be careful, Corky.
I know.
Okay, let me get back on track here. We're talking about stones, their colors. That color fits your personality. I'm having a really rough day. Would I wear red?
No,
No.
Why?
too much energy.
Up more and we won't be able to stand you.
You can't stand me anyway. You know, we're good with that. But that's true. The color of the stone also has an impact, along with your personality, along with the qualities of the stone. So you pick up a book, and I've spread a whole bunch around. You pick up a book, and it'll give you qualities of a stone. You go to the next book, and it'll give you a different set of qualities. Because they're talking about either a different color, okay, or a different mixture. Because some of the stones are 2 in 1. This is an amethyst. It's also a citrine. Citrine grows right in with the amethyst.
Corey, when you use the stone, doesn't your intent have a lot to do with that?
I'm getting there.
Oh, thank you.
Slow down.
You'll be there.
I'll get there.
Okay.
That's the personality. Okay? We'll get there. So, except that my phone's ringing.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Exactly.
I gotta put it on do not disturb me now.
Okay, I'm gonna make an
Houseplants, I'm
announcement
gonna get
while you got
several
her
of them.
phone there. I had a client come in a few weeks ago, and she had had a mastectomy on her left breast. And she said, you know, I used to always carry my phone in my breast
Yes.
pocket of my shirts. And she showed me, she had her x-ray with it, and the cancer was the same shape
Shape, yes.
as her phone.
You
Yeah.
should not carry your, my dentist told me that you should not carry your cell phone in the same spot. You should
I
rotate
do,
it.
I
So
never
that's
get. That's why I have a hard time finding it. I stick it in a different pocket.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I
can't get
shouldn't
after that.
carry mine like where it is.
Be real careful.
Yeah. So once you determine what stone, you want to stay with your birthstones right now. Once you determine your birthstone and you want to wear that stone and you determine if it has multiple colors, your personality, okay? You do need to charge the stone, all right? And no matter what stone you get, no matter what stone, buy, find, I don't care. You know, there's plenty of stones pick up off the ground and they work. They still work. They don't have to be an expensive stone. They can really, literally look like a rock. But it has power, has energy. This one's in the books too, by the way. How do you take care of your stone? How do you start the whole process? First thing, you should clean your stone. Put it in salt water overnight in the day. Not all of it. Amber cannot go in salt water. Amber's a resin. It will destroy the stone, so you don't want to do that. You know, some stones are self-cleaning. That one is kyanite. That's right, kyanite. Which I have one around here somewhere. It's a small little blue one. Its energy cleans itself. You don't even have to worry about it.
And what's that called again?
Kyanite, K-Y-A-N-I-T-E. And I have one because I deliberately brought them, but sometimes I put too many on the table and I
What
can't
was
see.
it, what was the name of the stone not to put in salt water?
Amber,
Amber.
amber. Yeah, amber. This is amber.
Yeah,
You want to feel that, it feels like resin.
yeah.
Yeah. Anybody know what amber feels like? Yeah, no problem. Pass it around. It's fine with me. So once it's cleaned, now's the time for you to connect with your stone. Any stone, okay? After it's cleaned, you sit down and you have to set intention. Just like everything in your life, you have to set intention. Well, you're not gonna sit there and be driving down the highway with the stone in your hand, cursing up and down and expect the stone to work, okay, right? That ain't gonna work. It's gonna work all right, but not the way you want it. So you've got to really sit down, take time, either do a meditation or just work with the stone. Tell it what you expect from it. What do you want it to do for you? In a very positive manner. Now, don't ask for $1 million. It doesn't work. I've tried. Don't have $1 million. I'm still trying. No. Okay? You want it to work for you. You need to tell the stone, I'm here with you. We are here for the greater good of the world, my community, my family, whichever it is. Keep it on the positive side and keep it a little bit broad. Don't go, like I said, don't ask for $1 million. Don't say, can you fix the flat on my car? That's not what stones are for. Actually, there's nothing in the world that does that except AAA on the car. That's it. So now you have your stone. What are you gonna do with your stone? Well, some stones are for protection. Some days when you're really having a bad day, or say you have a coworker that constantly slams at you every single day, you just want to take them and chuck them out the door. I would do that. Most of you won't. Okay? So find some protection stones. Okay, I have a few here. So black tourmaline. All right. Black tourmaline is a protection stone. Truth carnelian is another one. Most of the dark black, even hematite, okay, carnelian, they are all, the dark color is your first chakra grounding. It is also your stone of protection. You're welcome to interrupt me, and if I'm going too fast, please, and I will spell it if I know
Can you
how.
go over the protection ones again, because they're very important.
Yes, I'm gonna, so protection for stones, black tourmaline is one of them. Carnelian is another. This doesn't fall in that same category, but fluorite is a protection stone. This repels negativity. The amber that I just passed around repels negativity. So if you have a lot of negative energy coming at you, put an amber. Put it in your pocket, carry it in your purse. You know, put it in your ears, wear earrings. Do something like that. Green obsidian. Now here's where we get into the color differences. There's a black obsidian and there's a green obsidian. Green is actually better for the protection, where black is better for the grounding. Okay? Same stone, different color, different properties. And I'm talking about energy properties, not chemical properties. Okay? And moonstone. Moonstone's primarily used for pregnant women. The moonstone will protect the mother and the baby. It's the only stone that has that dual purpose. So if you know somebody who's pregnant, just give them a moonstone bracelet, ring, and they're not expensive. Necklace, you know, it'll help protect them.
What's the black obsidian do?
Grounding, yeah, we'll get there. I do have a set grounding, it'll show up. But when I said green obsidian, people know about black, so I just wanted to, at this time, clarify it, okay? How many more stones for grounding? A gazillion. Okay, a gazillion, really. Because some stones may work for you for grounding and not me. Some stones may work for you for grounding, but not your mom, because you're different people. So you really got to, that's what's so important about putting the energy in the stone. Tell them the stone what it wants, what you want. It'll tell you if you can do it or not. How does it tell you? You gotta listen. The first thing that pops in your head, that's why you do it with a clear mind. You don't do it with a clear mind, you've got chatter going on in your brain. You all meditate. I don't, by the way. I can't sit still long enough. Anybody here, everybody knows who knows I can't sit still long enough. I do my meditation in a different way. I do it when I'm cooking. I do it when I'm working out. I do it, but I clear my mind and let it take over. Let my energy take over my mind. And sit with the stone. Say, okay, you know, I really need you to help here. I need some good protection. Can you help me? It'll pop in your brain, yes or no. That's all you gotta do. You gotta be open to it. The concept that we're talking about is intuition. Well, this is what we're talking about. Intuition. Your energy in the world connects with every living thing, and stones and crystals are living. Period. They might look like they're dead, but they're not. So,
Is that why we call them the stone pizza?
yes, and that's why they're called Stonehenge too. Yes, ma'am. I didn't know you would come up with that one. So, the other thing that all of us need on a continuous basis is balance. Right? I'm never in balance, Jan will tell you that. She said it. She lifts me a lot. Push me on that side, push me on this side. Oh, and do you have your pouch? I forgot my pouch in my other pants. I carry a pouch of stones, and I change them regularly for what I need. I'll get that to that at the end, but balance is one of the most important things. Balance, grounding, balance, protection. They are so critical to your everyday life. So some of the balancing, amber again will balance energy fields. Amber, for being a resin, but it's an ancient resin, has so many gifts and so many properties. And you can use it for so many different things. You can take a piece of amber and tell it you want it not only as protection, but as balance. So you don't only have to carry one. It can do the dual, all right? Because it's ancient. You all, does everybody aware how amber comes about?
Yes.
Anybody watch Jurassic Park? Okay. Really? Okay, amber is a residual of the decomposition of fossils, okay? And it creates it in the stones, but it takes millions of years to create it. It's not just there in a week. It's not like a piece of volcano that you can see in 2 weeks after it cools, or 6 weeks after it cools.
I thought amber was tree sap,
It can be tree sap, but it's not just tree sap.
but not just.
Okay, but the primary, the old ancient one is not tree sap. It is the fossils that have deteriorated. Insects, other small bones, things that when they dig up a fossil, they're missing pieces. Those are the pieces that create the amber. Yeah. It's like, that's not what I know. But that is right. So, fire agate. I have an agate here. Everybody know what an agate is?
Multiple colors,
Right, so if I said fire agate, what would that make you think of?
red.
Or orange? Yeah. So with an agate, and I have one cut in half here. I have an agate. Okay, just, now it becomes a color thing for you. Okay? It's actually looks almost like it's plastic. One thing that agates drive me nuts about. Especially since they started doing man-made stones. You gotta really be careful. They look like agates, and they're not. You know, they are not agates. They are man-made. All right? Another type of agate.
How can you tell the difference between man-made and regular, natural?
That's the difficulty. I can tell because I read the energies of the stone. An agate, a man-made stone, carries really no energy. So if you pick it up and it's like blasé in your hand and won't warm up or won't do anything, you hand it off to somebody else, it won't warm up for them either. Pretty much as a man-made stone.
I lick them.
Okay, have fun. I don't know whose hands are on them last, but I.
The same with pearls. I can bite them and tell.
Yeah,
It's a
pearls,
pearl.
the pearls, no.
Stones, yeah.
Yeah,
The real stones have
they have an earthly flavor
Mhm.
to them, but because I don't know where the agates came from, I don't touch them.
Okay.
Sorry. But if you want to, please feel free to. That's okay with me. I'm not. See, and I still have to find that kyanite. Okay, it's a little blue stone about this long. I probably left it in my box. Would you check in there for me, Jen?
In the drawers.
No, it's not in the drawers. I brought it separately in a plastic bag because they're real. They look like this, but they're blue and they're real fine. So you don't mix them with the other stones. That's it. See, I knew I had them. I deliberately brought them because they're such a unique stone. No, that's moving course. I got mine. So. It feels like glass. We'll put one on the other side.
And which one is this again?
Kyanite. And we'll start it over here.
And how do you
Kyanite.
spell kyanite?
K-Y-A-N-I-T-E.
And that's for balance too?
That's also for balance, yes.
A-N-K-Y-I-T-E.
And it looks like glass. Okay, but if you look at it, it has the striations of a crystal. Okay? When glass is made and cut, there's nothing, it's pure. When you have crystals, they're not. They have a little bit of like little breaks and striations in them, alright? Lepidite, where are you? So we also have lepidite. Anybody know what a lepidite is? Looks like a leopard stone. And I know I brought that one too, because I went and dug it out just on purpose.
Video light?
Okay, you can call it what you want. She's right. It's white with black stones and it looks like a leopard skin. And I did drop that at the bottom of my box. Okay, so that's, carries lithium though.
Oh, lepidolite,
Huh?
lepidolite,
That's what she said.
okay.
I never said I could pronounce them, I can spell them. I can always spell the stones.
I-D-O-L-I-T-E.
Right, I can spell the stones, but my pronunciation sucks.
I-D-O-L-I-T-E. Has lithium.
Yes, it has lithium. And the reason it has lithium is to help with the balancing, and the lithium realigns your emotional energy. Maybe it should be mine right about now, or at least my eyeballs. I'll find it. Before you guys come up, I'll locate it.
Lavender.
This isn't it.
No,
That's,
no, it's white. It literally is white, and it looks like a leopard skin.
What is this again? Is this a kyanite?
That's kyanite.
Kyanite.
Yeah, put it down so y'all can see it. Now I can't find it. Okay. All right. Now, are there other stones for balancing? Sure. Every stone that affects every chakra of your body is also a balancing stone. No, you can take the different stones for the different chakras and balance them. They're also balancing stones. It all depends on, again, it's just all, stones are about you guys. Okay, it's not about these guys, it's about you. And which one works for you and talks to you. And one of these, so. Anybody know, can anybody tell me first chakra stone?
Have to be something red.
Dottie, you teach too many classes.
Let me look in this book
Ruby.
here.
I know that.
there's.
And I didn't say you couldn't look.
Ruby would be
Ruby?
red.
Ruby's red.
Ruby.
Bloodstone.
Garnet.
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 Yes.
Oh, my birthstone.
Your birthstone, yeah. Okay, how about red jasper? How about smoky quartz? Smoky quartz. It's got a hole in the middle because I bought it on a string. So, how about hematite? The one that looks like it's metal. Okay? They're grounding. They're not red, they're black or silver. Okay? You can pass the smoky stuff around, okay?
And this would be for the first chakra.
First chakra, that's grounding, because we're talking about grounding, right? What other kind of stones do we need? So, talk about grounding, protection, balance. What else is important in our lives?
Vision.
There's ones for
Vision.
abundance.
Vision.
I'm not talking about eyes.
I understand. There was not my eyes in that. Vision, yes. What's going to move you forward in your meditation, which is vision, your goal, in your spiritual growth, and your spiritual life.
So there's motivation, there's abundance, there's clarity,
Mm-hmm.
there's wisdom,
Mm-hmm.
sleep, wake up.
Energizing.
Energizing. So, you want to jumpstart your life. Now we're going to go back to red. Okay? Red will invigorate you, allow you to see clearer. Right. Again, same stone, different function. This is what's confusing to most people. They think they have to have one stone for everything. One stone for this and that and everything else. And they don't. So, those are my jumpstart stones. I wrote them down. I know I'm doing this so I don't forget. So I will by the time I finish. Okay. Rose and red stones. So garnet, red coral, red jasper, rose jasper, ruby, alexandrite, classifies in there. Okay. Surprisingly, rose quartz does not. Rose quartz has such a unique quality of calm and love. that can't jumpstart you. So don't, you know, even though it says rose stones, do know that rose quartz will not jumpstart you, but will take you into love. Okay? So we have other stones for love. Stones of the heart. Pink, there's a pink calcite. I only have an orange calcite. I don't have a pink one, but they're similar. I take that back, I do have a pink. Okay, when you see it polished up, it really is much clearer. This is, again, I like raw stones. I like to, you know, when you polish them, it's like taking layers off. And that's not what I like to do. As you can see from my table, I like the natural stone. Doesn't mean you have to. Doesn't mean there's any difference. It's my personal preference, okay? So pink calcite will work. Calcite is, again, part of the quartz family.
Can I ask a really strange question?
Okay,
What do the stones think about being tumbled?
they don't like it.
That's what I thought.
Most of them don't like it. They understand, because that's the only way you recognize them. So if you did cut or tumble this stone, you wouldn't know what was inside. Same with the geode over there. If we didn't cut it, we wouldn't know what's inside. We wouldn't be able to get to what we feel is the source of the energy, okay? That's why they tumble them all, because, again, the visualness of it, and this is with the eyes, is more pleasing. So if I gave you a stone that looked like this, you're like, oh, I can get that in the street.
Of course.
Right? Right, nah. This comes from Mount Shasta, by the way.
Yay, Mount Shasta.
So that's why but as you grow in your stones, if you choose to do this, as your energy builds, as your intuition gets better, as you start talking to the stones, then you'll be better off, in my opinion, going with a natural stone. But then you'll be able to read it. Right off the bat, people can't. You know, the tumbled stones at least tells them what it is. So, and I got a bunch of tumbled stones in here for you guys. Kunzanite. Kunzanite's a stone of love.
Can you spell that?
Kunzite. I think I spelled it right? Yes.
Yes.
Kunzite.
Moonstone.
Kunzite,
See, you got it.
Stone of what?
for love. It works on your heart chakra as well. Rhodochrosite. I know I have one that's not tumbled. It's the one I just picked up. Oh yeah, there's that orange calcite right there. It's pink. I'm having, maybe I shouldn't be doing this class today, do I? I guarantee, no, oh, here it is. This is rhodochrosite, it's part of it, okay? The pink part, see?
Can you pass it around?
I can. I was going there next, I was just showing it first. Did my smoky quartz come back?
Yes, it's right here.
Okay. It's only part of it.
What's the other part?
Jan, do you want these?
That is with not Aventurine, Jan, what's the other green?
Aventurine?
The other one. You know what,
There is another one.
yeah, I can look it up here real quick.
This looks like it's wearing a
Turquoise?
turquoise.
No, it begins with an A.
Aventurine, no.
Now, it's a green A stone, and I always screw the Aventurine and this one up. No matter what. Bless you.
Could you tell us how you got started on your stones and then how they collected and how you went about getting whatever it is that you felt was good for you?
Yeah, you can do that.
Rhodochrosite.
I was wanting to step into spirituality. I lived on the East Coast at the time, and it's really difficult there.
Looks like celestite to me.
Probably not. But
Oh,
it's
not?
Yeah, because it's not tumbled, yeah.
No,
celestite.
Yeah. Well, it has little tiny
It has flecks of,
flecks of,
shiny stuff.
right,
Right, but rhodochrosite has it too.
yeah.
Yeah. So that, part of that is rhodochrosite. I know that when I picked
What's the other side of
Yeah.
that?
We'll look it up when we're done. Let me tell the story, okay? So what happened is, I met somebody who was starting in spirituality, and they knew about some of the stuff that I was interested in. So I came out here, and they took me to my first stones store in Oakland, California. And I walked in and felt like I was at home. It's just like, all of a sudden, everything was talking to me at the same time, okay? And that's what happens. So I started picking up the small stuff, the beginner stuff, you know, the little books, the ones that teach right from the beginning, and starting to study that way, and starting to go and get, in other words, humble stone at the time, and learning to work with them, and how they felt, and how do they work. It's just a matter, it's a skill that you learn just by doing. That's the only way you can do it, is by doing. And do you know if you're right or wrong? Do we know if our intuition's right or wrong? No, we really don't. You have, if you feel that it's right, 99.9999, that's what you have to go with. You have to be at the point where you can trust your own intuition. And that's something I was able to do as a young child. I learned to trust my own intuition. And by doing that, allowed me to step into something a little more quickly. If you don't trust your intuition, do that first. Don't try to walk into your spirituality without trusting yourself, because you'll never know if you have the right answer. This isn't science. It's not 1 and 1 equals 2. It doesn't work that way. You know, it's all about here, right here, and who you are. If you don't trust this, nothing will work for you. Bottom line, nothing will work for you. That one doesn't have any pictures in it. The other one's pictures over there. I just thought I'd tell you. So, does that explain that, huh? Okay. I tried to make it as quick as possible, because it took me a while. It took me, that was in 1993? 93. I moved back here in 96. Yeah, and you ain't getting me out of the state again. Yeah, so. Okay, so we were talking about stones of love. Rose quartz, of course. Rose quartz brings emotional release. So, what about the chakra stones for the heart stone? What other stones? It is the green Aventurine. Pretty much any green stone will work
For the heart stone.
for the heart stone. Jade, malachite. Malachite's a little iffy on the heart stone because it's much more powerful stone. Malachite will actually bring to you money. If you will, really? Yeah, stick it in your water for a while. It does, it'll bring about money. But you have to set the intention with the stone. Say, I need to prosper. Don't ask for money in specific. Okay, you can get money in many different ways. You know, not just in cash, but you get money in many different ways. So it's a prosperity stone. Yes, oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
What's the best way to talk to it? Just talk to it
Yeah,
and connect
clean
with
it.
it and clean it?
Clean it, put it into salt water, and then sit down with it when you are in a calm state, okay? And work with the stone. Say, look, I need some help, and let's work on some prosperity here. This is what I see, this is what I want. We talked about vision. That's where you set your visions up at. You can do vision in any stone you want. Okay, you set your vision in that stone. Now, how do you clarify your vision? That's your third eye. Right? Clarify.
Helen has a question.
Oh, I'm sorry, Helen.
How long do you keep it in the salt water?
1 day, 1 night. Or 1 night, 1 day, whichever way it goes.
So
And you-
like 24 hours?
24 hours, and then rinse it off. That's right, you weren't here at the beginning, Helen, when I said that, so that's not fun. No worries, no worries.
And
No
how
question
often
asked,
do you
any question
suggest you
asked.
clean them?
If you don't use your stone, you leave it on your altar, it doesn't really, it'll only collect the negative stuff around. If you carry your stones with you, you better be cleaning them quite regularly. The more the stone is for collecting negative energy to get it away from you, the more it needs cleaned. All right, so if you're wearing a black stone or a red stone and you're getting bombarded at work, go home and clean that stone that night. You know, now let me caution women primarily. No offense, but women primarily, because you wear it in jewelry. If it does not have a hole on the back, you will lose your setting. Okay, the hole on the back of the setting is what allows the water to flow. If it's seated into a flat piece, okay, what I recommend is using the sunlight, moonlight, and not the salt water. Do not destroy your settings, okay? Because people, even though they have a good stone, some jewelers do not set them properly. So don't ruin your jewelry, right? So use the sunlight, moonlight. So in other words, don't put it out when the moon's not out, please. At least make sure the moon's out. So, all right, because of jewelry like Jan wears, I make sure when we buy it, it has a hole in the back for that reason.
Well, that reminds me, what about diamonds? What do they do for
Diamonds are prosper,
Or what?
for prosperity.
Oh.
They bring to you prosperity. Actually, I had that written down somewhere too, I must have jumped over it. Because I should have known somebody was gonna ask me about diamonds. Diamonds brings good fortune and lends force and valor. Right. That you did a confident question like that, that's why. Again, same thing. You know, your wedding rings have diamonds in them. Do not put them in salt water, please. You know, do not do that because they will come apart. So, you know, and I know you don't like to take your rings off. It's just a natural thing. But anytime you can take your ring off, get it up on a windowsill, not near the sink. All right, please, not near the sink. I don't want anybody telling me, oh, you told me to put it up there. No. You know, and give it a night to get re-energized. You know, you wear a wedding ring, you're wearing a diamond. You know, it's on you all the time. You know, Jan and I's rings, we got seven stones. We have 7 different stones in our rings.
I'm awful.
Some of them falling out on hers because she does more dishes than I do. I do the cooking, she does the dishes. Come on, guys. So, right. I can.
So put it in moonlight.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. And like in your bedroom window, not anywhere near a sink, please. I dropped a ring down a sink once and had to take it apart to get to it.
Put your African violet over the sink.
Bingo! I
That's
don't
what
have
my
one.
son did. It wouldn't bloom. And then the cat knocked it into the dishwater. And he set it back up on the sink and he says, bloom, or back you go. The next day. It was
And he didn't even need a stone to get that to happen. Awesome, dishwasher, dishwater, that works. That's a good story, I like that. I like that.
That's true. That's what
I believe
actually
it.
happened.
I absolutely believe you.
The reason I asked about cleaning, I had a woman who came in and told stories. And I was doing a reading, I said, what is all this energy around you? And she said, good, and I said, no, everything, the most scattered energy. And she said, oh, it's probably the crystals I have. I said, how many crystals do you have? And she said, 2,500. Whoa. And I said, where are they? Oh, they're all over my house. And I said, when do you clean them? And she said, oh, I've never cleaned them. And
Oh my God.
so I said, I suggest you clean them or put them out in the moonlight or whatever, and put them in a metal box. And then you can take them out when you want them, or you want to look at them. She put the metal box in her garage. And 3 days later, one of those twisters came through and removed her garage in San Jose.
Holy moly.
They were so powerful, they were mad at her.
Yeah.
That she had put them in that metal box and they were sending out energy.
Yeah, if you don't clean them before you put it, if you put them in with that level of energy, you know, they will, strange things happen. And we don't like strange things happening.
No, we don't. But in this business, you hear about a lot of strange things that happen.
That is true. Each one of you probably have, so, all right. Any questions before I continue?
Yeah, what's the difference between a stone and a crystal?
Atomic structure arrangement.
Okay.
Well, that's a true statement. That really is. It is. Crystals have striations in it, and they're never clear. Okay? Let's see. These are different kinds of crystals. That's
And that big sucker.
I'm not passing that around. What's the matter with you? Who won't make it back to my table? Think I don't know? I was gonna pick it, you're gonna put it in your pocket.
No,
Okay.
not me. I don't
Crystals,
want no that big.
different sizes, shapes, colors. You could have a little bit of a transparency with them, okay?
Does the size matter in crystals?
No, size does not matter. It's the powerfulness of the crystal that matters. And this is actually a part of the crystal family.
Sometimes if you can talk to them, they'll tell you where the matrix was that they came from.
That's correct. That is correct. So these are different kinds of crystals. Some have juncture points on them. In other words, there's another crystal connected to it. That is quite different. See, I have some with big juncture points. Okay, here's a rose quartz. This will make more sense on a crystal.
What is a juncture point?
These are a juncture point. When a crystal grows, it grows other pieces out.
I see.
Okay? It's not a clean crystal. Crystal, it just passed out. So this is like a clean crystal, there's nothing attached to it, okay?
Got it, thanks.
Sure. Yeah, I got a little one coming around.
And, Corey, I took a crystal and I talked to it and I was really loved it and everything, and I put it down and I came back the next day and it was starting to grow another little crystal on it.
Good job.
There you go.
Remember, these are living
Beings.
things,
Yeah.
okay? You treat them like they're living. Here's another example, wait, the other one. This is also a crystal inside of a, that should be an obsidian. You want to pass out. You'll see the difference right there between a stone and a crystal. They actually grow together. The crystal's inside the stone. So that's what that little one passed around, you'll see. The crystals go inside. It's more like a stalagmites from in the caverns. Yeah, because it's like water dripping down, it's pulling stuff down. It creates crystals. Stones have a more solid foundation. Wow. That's that, wow.
I thought they were just painted rocks, so I asked Colleen, what are these? And she said, I think they're obsidian. And I went, I just know that they like me. I don't know what they are.
Oh, yeah. They are, they're obsidian, like obsidian. But Dottie, you don't have a problem with those.
Oh,
Jan doesn't have a problem with those. It would kill me.
Why?
Because you guys don't walk with your feet in the earth. You walk way above the earth. Those keep you connected to the earth,
Oh,
okay? Right?
Obsidian keeps you connected to
I
the earth?
got it from
Yes.
Henry, because he said I needed it.
But if you're already a grounded person, if your personality is grounded, like Corky's a vine, you don't wear obsidian. Because then, now we're inside the earth, we're not on top. Okay, you all know Janet, you know how she floats, right? Yeah, when she gets too high, I have to give her obsidian or garnet, something to get her back down.
She's an angel.
Oh.
Yeah, we know that, but we want her on earth, okay? If you don't mind, if I could keep her for a while longer?
Yeah. Okay. She's a keeper.
So,
It's quartz crystal inside a geode.
yep, and then the stone around it is an obsidian. I freaked out when I saw that, the story. I'm like, I have a big one at home that we got from the crystal people, that's a pink quartz. And it has the crystallite and the stone around it, it's beautiful. But we packed it away because I forgot, so. Now, here's a stone that does not have crystal, could very well have been on the outside look the same.
See what
We
you-
don't know. That's a snowflake, would be, once, if it's got tumbled, would be a snowflake obsidian. Okay, because of the white and black, okay?
Does it feel cool or warm?
Another snowflake obsidian, of course, now that I said that, it probably just disappeared.
Try your cheek.
This here, as you can see, is a white stone.
Cool or warm?
It has black obsidian in it.
So that's not a Labradorite or whatever.
No, no. If I find that stone, I'll show it to you, I promise.
Oh, so this one's.
I want to make sure I didn't stick it in my pocket, because when I left the house, I said, oh, there it is, and I grabbed it. Right? It'll surface.
Iron stain probably.
Looks like a piece of concrete. Oh, you're right. Absolutely.
What is it? It's kind of dull, it's not like a crystal.
It is a crystal.
It is a crystal.
It is a crystal. Not all crystals are clear.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really. That's why there's different kinds of crystals. Not all crystals are perfectly clear through. It depends on where they're growing at, okay? This is definitely a crystal, it's got the striations in it, okay? So it would have different properties than a clear crystal. So, like, this crystal's not clear. Parts of it may be. But you can see there's a lot of opacity in here, right?
Yeah.
That's what that would be a piece of it like this, okay? Does it have the same properties? Absolutely. Don't get fooled by the visual
Just like granite.
of it,
with a little black
okay?
crystal.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, isn't that gorgeous? So,
You said you just.
here's a couple stones I'm just gonna mention. Do I have an amethyst going around, right guys?
Yeah, right
Okay,
here.
so amethyst helps with sobriety and prevents inebriation.
Put an amethyst in your pocket, you won't get drunk.
Pretty much, yeah.
That just came through a little.
I don't know if you,
I think those are-
yeah, I'm gonna need your help because I am really having a problem finding my stones.
Okay.
Okay. Aquamarine
I'm
is good for
sorry.
attracting wisdom. I have a clear aquamarine on the table somewhere.
THYST.
I didn't pass it through, did I?
I have no idea.
Is there a clear blue stones lying around somewhere?
Once upon a time, it has us by. Clear blue?
Light blue, clear stone, looking for my aquamarine. Here we go.
What did you say amethyst was good for? I didn't catch.
No problem. Sobriety and helps prevent inebriation.
So if you have a
Aquamarine,
teenage kid,
For
you just
wisdom.
get them one of those, and one
Okay.
picture.
that's it, those I got at a jewelry store, that's why they have a hole in them so you can make jewelry out of it.
What is this? I think it came this way, and
This
it's
is
so
citrine.
pretty.
This is a citrine and an amethyst, it's a citrine crystal. Okay, yeah, this is how they find it, and you can see from the back of it, you would never know what it was. Yeah, that's the other reason why I like it, because it shows you where they come from. You know, a tumbled stone doesn't show you anything.
Right.
You know, they get what they want out of it.
Wait, bring it
Oh,
back.
stop. All right, bye.
Lisa has a copy of it.
Sorry.
Why, I've never seen a green on a crystal like this before. What is
Yeah,
it?
that also has a green. This is a stone. This is how it's in the ground. It's recognizable by this. When they crack it open, it's your amethyst.
Yeah.
That's what that
I
is.
don't know if it ever had green back.
Yeah, look at that one too. That one's green also.
Well, it's like green ash in a way.
Yeah.
I think it comes from green ash,
Could be.
because they find it in lava beds,
A lot of lava beds.
a lot of lava beds.
Oh.
Well, yeah, the stuff that comes out of Mexico and Brazil.
Okay,
You
bloodstone.
said aquamarine and then,
It brings wisdom to you, attracts wisdom, it allows you to open your mind to wisdom, okay? And overcoming the fear of drowning, you know, like Aquaman. Now, if you've got fear of water stuff, a little aquamarine, doesn't mean you go jump in the pool with it on, okay? Because it doesn't say it's gonna save you, it's just gonna help you gently get rid of the fear of water. This is a bloodstone I'm gonna pass around.
Is there
Okay.
any stone that you can take so you don't get carsick?
No, I haven't found one and I get car sick.
And you need it, right?
I need it. This is a bloodstone and this is for good luck on your travels.
So you said that you forgot, to bring your packet or whatever it is of your stones, so what's the whole purpose with doing that if you carry them around with you?
Because if you can know how you feel, right? Okay, I'm a little down, or I need a little pickup, or I need a little grounding. So you can pick the stones, put them in a bag, put them in your purse, your pocket, okay? And, and you need to change them out, because if you leave them too long, then they're totally not beneficial at all. If you're not feeling well, you got a headache, a lapis lazuli, of course, that's a big stone, get a small one, just, can't carry it around too good. So, if you have, this is sodalite, sodalite, blue.
What do you have in your hand?
Sodalite,
Sodalite.
yeah. This helps
With headaches.
with headaches and your throat chakra, right? The crystallite that drives away, crystallite drives away evil spirits. Crystallite.
It's not spelled like crystallite, put in the water.
CHRYSOLITE. That's crystallite. And it's crystallite. Driving away evil spirits. When you go to work and it promotes peaceful sleep if you guys having a problem sleeping.
Well, that's a great.
Don't, if you get a crystallite and gold, see if it works best. Crystallite and gold together work well. Diamond we just talked about, good fortune and lends to force and valor. If you think about it, diamonds have always been women's best friend because it gives them energy, it gives them courage, that force and valor, okay? If men do that, they probably wouldn't give you it. Sorry, Smitty. Sorry, Tate.
In this lime green one?
That's a crystallite, yeah.
It looks like it has moss in it. Or is that not that's not a vegetation, that's really?
No, that is the vegetation where it's grown at. Yeah. Yeah, and when it tumbles, it'll be gone, but I'm not tumbling it.
Valor and force.
Valor and force and valor.
This looks like it was made by a kid in first grade.
Doesn't it? Yeah, some of the stuff, like, stuff like this, you're going, really?
Well,
What the
this
heck is
one's-
that?
For those of you who have, pick it up, it's playful, that's what I
Yeah,
said.
it's playful.
It's playful, it feels like a kid.
So is
Cut
this,
by wood.
so is this. Bloodstone.
Bloodstone.
This is bloodstone?
That's the bloodstone. It's for good luck when you travel. One of its
It looks
properties.
like something that kids would play with.
That's right. Yep.
Shiny
Yep.
and-
Well, think about the marbles when we were kids. Some of those were crystals. They were tumbled crystals. Yeah, well, until many years later, they started hand-making, and they started man-making them, but prior to that, they were stones. That's why they would chip. Yeah.
That's why
What
they
was the
chip.
green stone, Aquamarine?
The one that happy sleep, crystallite.
Crystallite.
It's,
Crystallite, because our man is having surgery,
Ah,
and he needs to leave,
oh,
so I wanted to give him,
I'm not in my top form tonight.
Yeah.
I haven't had much sleep the last couple of nights,
not good.
and I'm not feeling that
I'm sorry.
he can send you lots of.
Yeah, you take care of yourself.
well. Oh, I will.
Yeah, you take it easy. Good luck on tomorrow.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
This
No,
is
cataract surgery I'm not worried about. It's getting home.
Yeah. Piece of cake.
Yeah.
Surgery's
I
piece of
stay off
cake.
of the interstate tonight.
All right, well, just be careful.
Well, we'll
Be
see you
careful,
Sunday.
we send you
Okay.
prescriptions.
Yeah.
What did you call this again?
Do you need a ride tomorrow?
Bloodstone.
Huh?
Do you need a ride?
No,
Bloodstone,
I've
just
got
as
it.
it's
My son's
pronounced,
coming
it's
over.
spelled.
I thought it was-
Ciao.
I gotta be up there at 9 o'clock, and surgery's at 11.
Yeah, take care.
Take
Be
care,
safe.
honey.
Thank you.
Okay. It said, look at, I didn't know, so it's on time.
That's
So,
the Aquamarine.
okay?
Wasn't beginning with eye stone and then was hearing
One.
it.
One eye, yeah.
Every crystal is different. As you picked up, you can see that there's all crystals, but they are very, very different. You know, as I said, this one's sweet. It carries a different energy than the pointers. Then this one has a different function. This is used more when you're doing healing work on people. This one's used more for yourself and for other functions. Same category, different personality. Stones have different personalities just like we do. You know, do not put everybody in one basket. They don't work that way. So that's why it's important, when you want a stone, you go to pick it up, take time with it, see if it's your stone. If it's not, don't think it's not that category, that whole basket of stones, go ahead and pick another one up. Because each one has different properties. So they will talk to you. Aquamarine.
The next class we have coming up is crystal ball reading. So if any of you have crystals that you really feel that you can look into, I'm gonna be talking about telekinesis and crystal ball reading. So that's the next class, so.
And if you do bring it to the class, clean it and put your energy in it before you bring it in the class, as well as protection. Because you put too many crystal balls in one room, they might not get along just like people, okay? So you've got to really do that. And when I walk into like the Pantheon, and they got all those crystal balls, I was like, holy moly, there's a battle going on in here. Because they didn't protect them the way they needed to. You know, so you've got to, you know, if you're gonna bring one in for Dottie's class, take the time to clean it, protect it, and tell it where it's going. Tell it what you want it to do. You know, don't just assume it knows. You know, it can't read your marquee any more than I can. You know, it is not a mind reader. No, you don't have to say it out loud unless you want to, but you can talk to your stones through your energy. All right? Any questions so far?
I have a question. How do you feel about how different cultures have sayings about stones? Like Chinese say you shouldn't take a jade, it should be given to you, it should be gifted to you. Do you belong with those kind
For their culture, yeah.
of, so for their
Yeah,
culture?
because it's the way they were raised.
But
Okay.
I wasn't raised.
But if you weren't raised that way, it doesn't affect you. If you want to believe that, please go right ahead.
I got it.
Okay? So stones are ancient, cultures are ancient, you know? Look at the United States, you know, 100 years ago, we did things differently than we do now. Things change, but if they choose to believe it that way, fine. You know, they'll tell you that's it. I get it, I understand, I acknowledge that. It's just not the way I believe. That's what makes it so unique and so personable. Okay, thank you, that was a very good question. Many cultures will tell you different things about different stones. But it's all about how you feel about your stone. This is really your connection to the stone. Yes, ma'am?
I'm sorry, I forgot the name of this again.
Crystallite.
Crystallite.
This is for sleep.
It will help you sleep. If it's in gold, it's even better. They make them jewelry out of it. You know, they have a gem and stone show at least once a year at the fairgrounds.
Santa Clara, yeah.
Yes, Santa Clara Fairgrounds. If you can get out there, they have a lot of good stuff. They have a lot of these, you know, unpolished stones, and they have a lot of good polished stones and good jewelry. Yeah. But don't let them
It's usually in
Sorry,
April, I think. I think it's usually in April.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So just don't let
San
them
Mateo
overprice you.
was last week or
San
week before?
Mateo has a good one too.
Yeah, and Fort Hunter up in San Francisco also has one.
San Francisco is this weekend.
This weekend.
Yeah.
I see it. I haven't had a weekend free forever. So, okay. Any questions?
Yes, I do.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
you said, put the gems in your pouch, is that every morning you choose which gems to put in your pouch for
I
that
usually
day?
do about a week on
Okay.
them. Okay, then take them out and cleanse the ones I have and put new ones in. Because you're going to change. Now, if you feel that you've shifted sooner than that, go ahead and change your stones.
Okay,
Okay? But generally, on the average, it's a week.
and then you put one night in the salt water,
Well, one night, one day.
one night and one day in the salt
Yeah.
water.
Yeah, yeah. And if you've already energized your stones, even when you clean them, you don't have to re-energize them, okay? That's only when you first buy them, or purchase them, or someone gives them to you. I cannot energize your stone for you. I mean, we can, but it's not recommended, because it's my energy, okay? It's not yours. Sometimes we'll do it and send it to somebody that needs help, and they don't know anything about stones. So I'll energize it, or Jan will energize it, and we'll send it to them. Because that's better than nothing, all right? Because it's all good intentions. But really, you know, if the stones are gonna work for you, you know, do that. Yes,
Yeah, because, remember when we were asking where it came from? Some of the stones, if they've just been ripped out of the matrix, they come to you with this negative feeling because they've been so badly treated, kind of like bringing in a kid from rescue, that's been rescued. You don't know where they've been, and so you put a lot of energy, you clear, you give them a bath, you talk nice to them and all that. Well, think of the stone as being a living being that you don't know what its history was.
and you have to get it to trust you.
Yeah.
Not only do you have to trust it, it has to trust you. That's what that part of sitting with it does. You know, it's like getting,
Sorry, Brenda.
no, wait a minute, trust me.
So if you're using, like a rosary to pray on, a lot of times after you pray, then that you blow on it. Is that also cleansing it?
Well, it depends on what culture you're from. If are you from the Catholic culture with the rosary?
No.
Okay, just asking. If I don't ask, I don't know.
Buddhist.
Buddhist? Yeah. The Buddhist religion and the way they teach it, blowing it, because you move the energy down to one last stone.
That's right.
And you blow it out, okay? That's the same as cleansing it. It's because you're doing a prayer on every single bead,
Yes.
right? So it moves the energy. So what you're doing is you're meditating on every single
I got
bead.
it. I
And you're
got it.
moving the energy out,
I got it.
okay? Yeah, so,
Great question.
yeah, and because that's only used for that purpose, right? If you use it for a bunch of other stuff, then you really have to clean it. But if it's used for that one purpose, that works. Ellen, you had a question.
Yeah, I'm a little slow.
That's okay, honey.
How do you energize the crystal?
A crystal?
on
So-
stone?
After you've cleaned it, you got one in your hand.
I'm gonna take you.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, so when you go home, you clean it with salt water and stuff, okay? And then you sit with it and you talk to it and you put positive energy in it. You tell it what you expect out of it.
Okay, slow down.
Jan, write it down for her?
Yeah.
Can you? Help her out, okay? So we're going to clean the stone in salt water,
Yeah.
24 hours, night and day.
Right.
She has a better handwriting than I do, okay? And then we're going to take the stone and sit with it, and meditate and talk to it. Give it positive energy, tell it what you expect, and it'll tell you if it can or can't do that. It'll pop right in your brain, you know, intuition. It'll say yes or no. Okay? If it can't do it, then go to another subject. Try, the stones will always help you, but sometimes you have to find the right subject. So I want this stone to help me today, I want this stone to help me be lighter. Well, that stone doesn't have that property. You'll say, I can't do that, okay? I want this stone to guide me through wisdom. I can do that. So it can be the same crystal in different questions.
What I need is, because these two fingers hurt, I mean, they really hurt. So what I need is something that's this shape that I can hold that will help the thinking.
Then that's what you need to tell the stone. You need to tell that stone, I need you to alleviate this pain.
Does it make any difference what kind of a stone?
Yes, that's why, take that crystal home.
You can take it.
You can take it home, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Are you sure?
No, I'm
Yeah.
Corry. Nice to meet you.
Marty. Thank you.
Of course, you know,
Yes,
people,
you can
when
meet
people
him.
need stones and you know they do, are you that attached to them? Not really. You know, there's a couple I'm attached to, only because Jan gave them to me, like my eagle. Will I give that to somebody? Yes, if they need it worse than I do. You know, nothing here is, these here are to help every single person in this world. If they need it more than I do, go for it. You know why? Because I'll go find another one. That means it's beyond my time. I don't need it anymore, it doesn't need me anymore, it needs to move on. You know, that's why I have so many, I give them away all the time.
She does.
That's why I buy more.
She does.
And I literally give them away because people need them. You know, so that's what this is all about. Okay. Any other questions?
No, but it just reminded me, you gave us the geode over there in the corner.
That's right.
It needed to be here, not at my house.
Mhm.
See? So it's here.
And now it's dedicated to Diane Lucas.
And when Chris came in and he saw that sign, oh.
Yes.
Yeah, and he knew it, because I bet on that on his auction. I made a point to have somebody stand there to make sure I got that thing. I was busy cooking, guys, I couldn't do it, so I had to go get somebody. Just stand right here. Anybody mind to put the price down, put it higher. I want that thing.
Hey, Corey, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
When you give a stone to a person as a gift, what does the person that's receiving it need to do to benefit from it? For instance, if they don't have intuition or they really don't believe in the metaphysical field and everything, you know, what's gonna make it work for them? I mean, that's gonna, words that are gonna come out of your mouth.
Right, that's when this is,
Like this one that she just gave me.
Well, that's one thing, but if a person isn't really into a lot of that stuff and you know it's gonna help them, everything, you know, how do you approach it?
well, say, you know, depends on how, what configuration you're giving it to them in.
What do you mean?
Okay, it could be in a ring, it could be in a set of earrings, it could be in
No,
a
no,
necklace.
no, it would just be a rock.
Just a
or
stone?
something,
Yeah. You know, say, you know, I do this, hey, you know, I think this will help you. And they might think you're nuts, but they'll take it home.
Let me give an example. This has nothing to do with stone, but this is what prompted my question. Okay, my brother that's in Michigan has got 4th stage cancer. And he almost died of encephalitis about 5 years ago, and I went to the Midwest. So he, being a different personality than myself, I asked him, I said, is there anything I can basically do? And it's like, last time when I came in, I brought him a spiritual book, I did something, he winds up giving it to the guy next to him because that wasn't his thing.
That's
So
right.
he's not into spirituality, however, my heart is there, you know, and I can talk about the angels doing whatever, but go with the stone, and let's say maybe he is the person that might be receptive to it. How do you wind up reaching out to a person that doesn't have a similarity in your belief?
What do they wear? Like, do they wear a hat? You could put it on the hat band.
Nah, he's not into any of that
Well,
stuff.
you
I mean,
find something, okay, and you put, number one, because they don't know about the stones, they're not gonna clean it, they're not gonna energize it. So that's the first thing you're going to do is clean and energize it. You're gonna put your wishes for that person in there.
Okay,
Okay.
so that's what you're doing.
That's what you do, and we send stones off, we hand them to people. Now, if you're going there personally, okay, or if you know somebody, hey, just do me a favor, I'm sending them a gift, this is just a stone, but it's from my heart, just put it in this drawer,
I understand.
okay? So you don't elaborate, because they won't get it. But the energy will be there that you give them, and it will affect them, and they just won't even know about it.
I understand. Okay.
Sometimes, that's the only way you can do that. And we do that, I have people, even at Levi's, I'll walk up and hand them a crystal. You know, I think you need this today. They think I'm nuts. Later on, they'll come back and say, thank you for the crystal.
I got something, when I was in Stonehenge, I walked around and there were bits of where the stones themselves had kind of flaked. And so I got a goblet and put them in my pouch. Well, the same thing in Sedona, you know, and I put them in my pouch and I have them in my desk. And I had a woman that came in one day and she said, oh, you've been to Stonehenge? I said, yeah. She said, I've always wanted to go there. Is there really energy there? And I said, I want to give you this stone. And she picked it up and she goes, it's talking to me. Well, she already had talked to it by wanting it.
Right.
And the same thing has happened with Sedona. So
Right.
if you go to the same thing with Mount Shasta bringing back the water. If you go anywhere where you know it's vortex energy or spiritual energy, don't ever chip anything off or, you know, or anything like that. But you're gonna find that there's stones that'll talk to you. And then keep them in a nice place, nice calm place, and you're gonna have somebody say something that you can give it to them, and it will change their life. It's amazing what stones do.
It is, and again, some people won't get it right away, but they'll graciously accept it. Maybe your brother won't, but even other, just anybody in your realm will graciously accept it. Because they will, that's, just how most people are. And it ends up helping them, and that's your intention. It's all about your intention. It's all about what you trying to achieve, okay? And it has to be, again, for the greater good, the higher good, for all the angels, for everything. That's where it's got to be, at that level. It can't be down on the ground in a human, form, all right?
And also for, Helene, go to one of the gem store, when they have the gem shows, because they have stones in everything. Like you can get a stone in a ballpoint pen. You can get a stone and things that he might, if he writes a money clip, yeah. You can get stones in anything, and you could give him a stone and you could bless it and hand it to him, and he won't even be aware, but he'll start feeling better.
Yeah, that's why I said, we're gonna put it in, because they're in anything. Jan puts them in her sculpey.
Mhm.
What's this sculpting?
She
It's a
sculpts,
polymer clay.
polymer clay.
And I make a design, so I might make a heart and put little stones in it.
Oh,
and then
okay.
we
And
have
gives
a
it to
little art
people.
piece.
Oh, okay.
And so it becomes an art piece, so I don't think I have any, I know there was one on the camera. Nope. Oh yeah, I did bring one. So she did this, put the stone in it, okay?
It looks like a cookie.
Yeah. I mean, it's really that simple,
Oh, cute.
and it's a piece of artwork. You can, if you do any kind of artwork at all, you can put stones in it, and then give it to a person, and it allows them to think, oh, I got a piece of artwork, and what you're really doing is sending them good energy.